Hey guys, so I recently did a video where I went to buy Christmas decorations at Taedu or T2000, which is this big Chinese supermarket in town. And whilst I was there, I had a little look through the food section. So whenever I'm out and about in Kigali, if ever I'm going shopping, I'm always on the lookout for something that I haven't tried before, something that I haven't seen, and I bring it home and I find out what it is. So I recently did a video introducing you to some of the Indian snacks that you can find in Kigali. So I thought I'd follow it up by going through my haul of Chinese snacks that I picked up the other day. Now, I've mentioned in other videos that snacking in Kigali can be a little bit seasonal. It entirely depends on what the shop has decided to import that month. So I might cover something that when you go there, you can't find it. I've definitely bought snacks in the past at Taedu that I've never seen again. But that's part of the fun of it, is at least if you see these products in the future, you will know what they are, but go and have your own adventure. Go and see what you can find. So yeah, let's jump in. So I'm going to start off with these. So it just says egg manufacture food on the front, egg manufacture food. So I'm not entirely sure what it is, but the reason I was attracted to it is because it looks like it's got the texture and consistency of a Rice Krispie square. So I would like to have a closer inspection of this. So if you're ever uncertain, you can always Google Translate what's on the package. But a lot of the products in T2000, if you look carefully, it's got very, very small writing on the back. But if you look carefully, there's often an English translation in there. It's just some sort of sweet egg product. So let's give it a go and find out. So these come individually wrapped in their own packages. Very, very, very much like a Rice Krispie square, except the pieces look a little bit larger. So I don't know. Let's see. Let's try and get into it. Oh, it smells sweet. It smells a little bit like a Rice Krispie square, but a bit more eggy. You can smell the egg a little bit. Okay. Very, very sticky, so keep your fingers on it either side. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what to make of this. Okay. Texture, just like the Rice Krispie square, like a marshmallow Rice Krispie square, exactly the same texture, very chewy. It's sticking to my teeth. It's very chewy and dissolves into sort of sugary kind of paste in your mouth. Very, very much like a Rice Krispie square, maybe slightly softer, not as much crunch. I really, really like the texture. The only part that's a little bit of a letdown for me is the flavour. It's pretty much flavourless. Very chewy. Very, very light sweetness at the beginning. Maybe a tiny, tiny bit of an eggy taste, but mostly the overriding flavour. Cooking oil, I think. Cooking oil. That's what I'm mostly getting from it. I mean, it's not unpleasant. It's pleasant, but I mean, the texture again is really good, but I think flavour-wise, it could just do with something, maybe a spice, or I can't help thinking like cardamom will probably go well with this, but maybe something a bit like honey, or, you know, maybe add some nuts, or maybe even marshmallows. It would be really, really good. So it's not bad. The texture is fantastic. Flavour-wise, it just doesn't really have much. But I will definitely be finishing these. Glad I bought it. Hi guys, it's a really dull and dreary afternoon. I don't know if you can hear me very well because the rain is on my roof and my roof is made of tin. I'm in a bit of a bad mood today. So So I woke up this morning, it was bright sunshine. I looked at the weather forecast, it said bright sunshine. Well, it said cloudy with sunshine. So I went ahead and I did a whole load of washing, and I had loads of washing because it's been raining a lot lately, so I haven't got many clean clothes. And just as I put it out on the line, the sky blackened, and not only did we get a massive downpour of rain, but we also got hail, which is quite unusual. It does happen here from time to time. I mean, when you think about Africa, you don't usually think hail, but we do occasionally get it. So we'd never get snow. It's never anywhere near cold enough to snow. But every now and again, when we get a really, really bad thunderstorm, we sometimes get hail. So that happened. And then it passed and it was beautiful skies again. So I put everything back in the washing machine and I dried it out and I put it back out again and it bucketed down again. So I've just been in a really foul mood all day because I was also going to go out and do some Christmas shopping. I couldn't do that because of the rain. And it's quite hard to record when it's raining because, like I mentioned, my roof is made out of tin, so it's very, very loud in here. But I thought, sod it. I am peckish. I want to try another snack. I deserve another snack, I think, after the day I've had. So I'm going for these. Now, when I picked these up, I thought that this was fish because it looks like fish, like dried fish. And when I ran it through Google Translate, it actually says soy skewers. So it's soy protein that looks like fish. And I also checked out who this lady is here. And apparently she's a world diving champion. But it's only got her signature and not her name. So I tried Googling, but I'm not too sure who she is. So if you know who this lady is, please drop it in the comments below because I'm really curious. I'd like to know. So, soy protein skewers. Let's open them up and see what they are. Okay. So they also come individually wrapped. Oh, that's quite cute. Tiny little individual wrappers. All of the text on this package is in Chinese, so I had to use the Google Translate. But you just open that like this. Oh, they've got sauce in there. Oh, got a very light fragrance. I'm not sure what. Oh, so it's like, I guess like, what do you call those sausages? Pepperami. And you just squeeze at the bottom and it just pops up. It's quite interesting. So apparently it's soy protein, not fish. Doesn't really smell of very much, very, very lightly of chili. It does say that they're spicy. And for me, I tend to find that Chinese spicy is way hotter than Indian spicy. I don't know, it's a different type of heat. I tend to cope with Indian spicy a bit better than I cope with Chinese spicy. If anybody knows why that is, do let me know. Oh, I like this. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's Chinese spicy. Sorry, I just had a slight coughing fit there. That's got a little bit of a bite to it. I'm going to be careful where I put my fingers. I don't want to get it in my eye or anything. Okay. I like it. It's, so it's soy protein in a very spicy sauce, but it's got quite a good texture to it. Again, it's like the rice cakes. I really like the texture. It's got like it's a little bit rubbery, but it's chewy. It's nice for soy. It doesn't fall apart in your mouth. It doesn't like dissolve. You have to chew it, and I like that. So it's kind of, it feels a bit meat based, but it's not. So I assume this is probably vegetarian, if not vegan. And I find with anything that's really quite spicy, the more you eat, the more it kind of just becomes background noise. So it's not that bad. For me, I tend to get a kick the first time that I try something, and then I find it tends to lessen. So like the first one was oof, but by the second one,
I think everybody has a completely different tolerance level. So for me, that's just warm. It's nice. It's not offensive. So yeah, I give that a thumbs up. I am quite impressed with this. Yeah. So another day, another Chinese snack. I thought that this would also be soy like the last one. But I'm actually a bit confused because after putting it through Google Translate, apparently the bit on the front says shredded pork, but on the back it seems to say duck meat. So if you're a Chinese speaker, if you could explain what has happened here, whether or not you're allowed to flavour duck meat like pork and call it pork, or whether or not there's some kind of glitch in the translation. I'd be really interested to know, but it hasn't put me off trying it. Something else that was kind of interesting is it says edible salt and edible vegetable oil. And I'm trying to imagine what non-edible salt and non-edible vegetable oil would be. But anyway, it's fit for human consumption. So let's open it up and see whether or not I can tell if it's pork or duck. Right. So it's the same lady again from the diving World Championships. Still would like to know who she is. Okay, so this is a bit different. This looks like, it looks like dates actually. It looks like sweet dates, but it's not, it's meat. So let's open it up. It's quite hard to get into this. We might need to go and find some scissors. Okay, so I've cut the top off and I still can't get it out. It doesn't just slide up like the last one. It might just have to cut along the whole edge of it. Okay, so already this is losing points for accessibility. It's still cut, it's really vacuum packed in there. I've no idea how to get into this. You literally have to cut around the exact silhouette. Hey, success! No, not success. I can't get into this. How the hell are you supposed to get into this? I've cut it as close as I can and it's still not opening. It is absolutely sealed tight the whole way around. I'm actually going to have to cut through the meat to try to get into it. And I've dropped it. I've got one little piece. This better be worth it. Right. It smells kind of like the last one, but a little bit meatier. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely solid. It's like, I think in America you call it jerky. So it's meat that's been so dried that you have to chew on it. Wow. Oh no. Oh. Oh my goodness. My jaw is aching. Ow. No, just no. That is what I would expect to find in a survival ration in the Antarctic. That is an Antarctic survival ration. That is, oh my goodness. Oh no. But then, you know, jerky isn't really a thing in the UK, so I guess maybe if you're used to this kind of dried meat product, it might be fine, it might be good. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it tastes fine. It's got a much lower level of heat than the last one. It's just very mild. But my goodness, do you have to chew it? Oh, my jaw hurts. I don't know if it's duck or pork. Not too sure. I imagine duck would be quite expensive because ducks are quite small compared to pigs. So I guess if you're going to make jerky, I'd assume it would be pig. At least we know what they are. That's part of the adventure. Some things are nice, some things not so much. Hi guys, so it's Mother's Day in the UK today. We celebrate it in March, Americans celebrate it in May. So every May I have a minor heart attack when I see all of these Happy Mother's Day posts pop up and I forget that I already did that 2 months ago. So I'm just waiting to hop on a Zoom call with my mum and wish her Happy Mother's Day. And whilst I wait, I'm going to tuck into some of these. So according to Google Translate, which is my mecca of all understanding at the moment, these are plum flavoured watermelon seeds. So in the UK and many other countries around the world, it's very common to buy sort of salted sunflower seeds and to sit and nibble those. You crack them open with your teeth and then you eat the little kernel inside. But I've seen these many times in the Chinese supermarket, the watermelon seeds. I've had them once before, but I don't know if these are going to taste the same. I think that little picture up there, I think that's a sour plum. So it's not like what you'd think of a Victoria plum. It's slightly, I guess, salty, sour taste. So let's see what they're like. Ooh! They've got a really sweet smell to them, like, I can't really liken that to very much, like dolly mixtures, I guess, if you know what dolly mixtures are. So I remember the first time that I ever tried these, I didn't really understand that they were the same principle as sunflower seeds, and I just tried to chew them as they were. But you have to crack them open with your teeth. I've got quite, well, touch wood, final last words, I have fairly strong teeth, so it's not a problem for me. And you get the taste, there's like a saccharine sweet taste from the shell. So when you crush that with your teeth, you get, it feels almost like an artificially sweet taste. I know that there's MSG in these to help to make it taste good. But it tastes more like artificial sweetener than sugar, but I don't know if it is or it isn't. So yeah, that's the little kernel inside, and that's the bit that you eat. So the kernel inside doesn't really taste so much. It doesn't taste as strongly as the pip. So I guess like you suck on the pip, the husk. So you could suck on the husk and then crack it open and eat the kernel. So it's more a kind of a fun food than, I guess, a hunger satisfying food. It takes you a long time to get into one of them and eat it. But watermelon seeds are good for you. I think. I'm fairly sure. So yeah, it's just sort of a fun kind of fidget food when you're sitting there sort of, I don't know, watching a movie or something. Yeah, I quite like the taste. These ones are nicer than the ones I had before. So I like them. I will happily sit here and munch on these whilst probably not whilst I talk to my mum, but maybe afterwards whilst I'm watching a movie. So interesting. So for this final snack, I've come over to the kitchen. So I was going through the aisles in Taidumil the other day, the Chinese supermarket in town, and I found this. Now, those of you who can read Chinese can probably tell what it is straight away, but if you can't, like me, you might have to pull out Google Translate. It is basically prawn crackers. Doesn't look like it, but it is prawn crackers. So you just tear it open at the top, and these are your crackers. I don't know how well you can see that. They don't look anything like prawn crackers until you put them in boiling oil. And that's what I'm about to do. So I don't know how much oil you actually need. I remember my mum bought these when I was a kid and they fascinated me, but I don't remember exactly how you make them. So I'm just gonna throw them in and see what happens. I think it's a bit like popcorn. Nope, that's not hot yet. Oh, here we go. That looks right. Maybe needs to be a little bit hotter. There we go. Prawn crackers. Ooh, can I get away with a couple more? No, maybe not. Oh no, I got greedy. No. I have no idea what they're made of. I don't know how they do that, what they're made of. I would love to know. They just fascinate me. Oh no, they're starting to burn. Oh no, quick, get them out. I've gone too far. I was too greedy. Oh no. Quick, what shall I put them on? I need a plate. I did not think this through. Okay, I think I've cracked this. I've gone for a smaller pan so that there's more oil in the bottom, and I've got my chopsticks ready to pull them out once they're done. Oh, that's working much better. Bit more oil in the pan. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Oops, get it out before it burns. That is much better. Honestly, guys, what are these made out of? How is this possible? I'm assuming it's some kind of condensed rice powder by the way that it puffs up, but I'm not sure. It's kind of addictive. Oops. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you've tried any of these snacks before, or if you would like to try any of these snacks. And if you've enjoyed watching me stuff my face, please consider giving this a like and subscribe.